Hey Kelly, hope you're doing great. I've pulled together a couple different options, FHA versus conventional, minimum down. Really just wanted to line them up so you could see what the monthly payments, the interest rates, and total cash to close on a couple of different options would look like. Then let me know what you're thinking. If you have any questions or you want to see a specific scenario, maybe more down payment or a different purchase price, something like that. Let me know, and I'm happy to revisit these options. But let me just jump right into it and give you a quick overview, and then let me know if you have any questions. So first one here is an FHA 30-year fix with a minimum down. So FHA maximum loan amount for King County is 517,500. So and then 3.5% down payment. So doing 3.5% down, that would be a 536 and change purchase price. So basically 536. 18,769 is the minimum down payment, giving you that 517,500 loan amount. FHA requires upfront mortgage insurance of 1.75, and so that's added to the base loan amount. So it's not paid out of pocket as a fee; it's just tacked on to the overall loan amount, meaning you're financing 526,556. The interest rate today, with your credit scores and everything, would be 3.75 on a 30-year fix with no points. And so the way that monthly payment would break down would be 24.38 principal and interest. You got your monthly mortgage insurance of $363 a month, and then your property taxes, just estimating 5,500 a year, so 458, and then an estimate for home insurance right about $75 a month. So your total payment with taxes, insurance, and everything would be $33.35 on this option. And so closing costs, so that interest rate was with no points, so no origination, no discount. You got title, escrow, appraisal. The bank does a small processing fee. You're right about 3,600 in closing costs. Then you got your prepaid items, which would be a year's worth of home insurance plus 2 months, so 14 months of hazard insurance or home insurance, 6 months of property taxes, and I'm using 15 days of interest. So depending on which day of the month you close, earlier in the month or later in the month, it could be a little more, a little less, but just as a placeholder using 15 days. So that's an additional 4,600. And so total cash to close would be 18,769 for the down payment, 3692 for closing costs, and 4,600 for prepaid items. So a total of 27,000 going FHA with the 536. And you could go 550 or 545 or whatever. You just have to keep in mind the maximum loan amount is 517,500. So then comparing that to conventional, so a conventional program on the high balance would be 517,500 again, but anything over 417 loan amount is going to require 10% down payment. So just keeping that same 536 number and 10% down. So 536, 10% down to 53,000, and loan amount of 482. And this is a 10% down, so 4% on a 30-year fix with no points. And this is with monthly mortgage insurance. So 2304 principal and interest, 265 monthly for the mortgage insurance. And again, you have to pay mortgage insurance when you're not putting a full 20% down. So that will eventually go away on this conventional program once you reach 80% loan to value. So taxes the same, 458, insurance 75, total payment 3102. Closing costs are all pretty much the same, right about 3,700. Prepaid's about the same, 4,500, and then total cash to close being at 53,000 for the 10% down, plus the closing costs, plus the prepaid items for 61,949. And then the third option here is also 10% down at 536. This is taking a slightly higher interest rate in order to prepay the mortgage insurance, so it'll give you a lower monthly payment because you've prepaid that MI where you're not paying it monthly. It's built into the interest rate instead. Only downside is that it never goes away, so that's at 4.375 over the life of the loan. So that's the 536, 10% down, 482, 4.375, 30-year fixed, no points. 2409 principal and interest, no mortgage insurance, monthly again. So 458 taxes, 75 for insurance, 2943. Closing costs are all the same, prepaids are all the same, right at 62,000 total cash to close on that option. So depending on the scenario and how long the home's been on the market, you can help ask for some closing costs from the seller, in a hot market, in a hot property, maybe not an option, but just something to think about. So that's kind of worst case scenario, total cash to close with down payment and closing costs. You may be able to get a little bit of help with some closing costs depending on the property. But let me know what you think. If you want to see any other options, I'm happy to run them. And I hope this helps with your decision making. Talk to you soon. Bye.